All right, I call this one an unfortunate series of events. I'm on Black Chip Poker. Black Chip Poker and America's Card Room are the same card rooms. They're on the Winning Poker Network. They allow U.S. players to play. I'm a U.S. player. I'm in New York, not New Jersey, New York, and I'm playing online for real money. This tournament is a $25 guaranteed tournament. It's a 50-cent buy-in with a 5-cent fee. The first prize gets up to anywhere between $10, $15, something like that, maybe more, depending on how many people enter and how many people re-enter, because it's an unlimited re-entry during late registration. So I'm actually going to show you my entire tournament, or all the hands that I played in this tournament. All right, so this is the first part of it. Let me speed this up. I fold that one. Next hand, fold that one too. Next hand, fold that one too. Next hand, fold that one. Next hand, ace king. So there's a min raise and then there's a shove all in of 7-7-8. Now I'm looking at this 7-7-8 and I'm thinking he's just trying to pick this up because the blinds are only 30 and 60, and there's no reason in the world why he had to shove there. He had to take his stand right there. He wasn't no risk of going anywhere. This min raise means nothing to me, and I just want to get everybody out of the way, and I would think that they would move, but they don't. Well, one doesn't. All but one doesn't. Now notice he doesn't go all in, so I know he doesn't have a pair of anything, and like I said, I'm sure I had him beat, with my ace king. Now notice, sorry, let me go back. He calls with ace six offsuit. Now I'm happy about that because that's the only reason I only lost about 200, 300 there instead of losing the whole 700 something, nearly 800. But he shoves with 10-9, as I suspected. He didn't really have much of anything. 10-9 suited, and he calls with ace six for some reason. Now keep these two people in mind. So next hand, 10 king. Now there's a bunch of min bets here, and I absolutely hate that on this board. Nobody raised pre-flop, so that means someone could be chasing their straight. They could be chasing their flush. Why would you min bet here if you have anything? I'm not going to risk somebody getting their straight, their flush, their trips, whatever, or two pair. If I have the best 10 and I know I have the best 10 here, I'm going to bet it, either half the pot or the whole pot. So I bet 360. That's the whole pot with all these people in. I'm not going to have them run around, especially with the big blind still there. I'm not going to have them chasing anything. So I try to get them out of the way. This dude, remember who I said keep an eye on, he shoves. And I know all he has is a 10, and I know I have a better 10 than him, but he shoves. So I call, and it's 6-2-5-3. Guess what? He has 10-4. So he completed the small blind. He completed the blind with 10-4. Min bet his weak 10, knowing he had a weak 10. That's why he min betted. He didn't, bet bigger than that. And then he shoves and backdoors a straight. Anyway, moving on. So I'm down to 132. I have a little over twice the big blind. So I just shove here. And this is the tournament of the weak ace because my ace 7 hits. He calls with queen jack. It's a little better than his 10-9, but I get that here. It actually makes sense here. But I win that, fortunately. But moving on. Ace 6. Now notice he called my ace king with ace 6, but I refuse to play that garbage right there. Again, keep them in mind. Again, queen 3, I'm not going to play that. Moving on. Now the antes are in place. 10 ante. 5,100 blinds. I fold that hand, moving on. 284, I have a little more than 3 times, a little less than 3 times the big blind, and I'm in the big blind. I'm down to 174, so I might as well go with a hand like this, definitely. And guess who calls? These two guys. So you have Jack 8, they check, there's a 10. Now I'm all around this straight. I hit a 9, I hit an ace, that's 8 outs, and I know if I hit a queen or I hit a king, I'm good. So that's 6 more outs, making me 14 outs, and I whiff. And in the tournament of weak aces, my two nemesis, whatever you call it, again, they split my money and knocked me out of the tournament. These are the only two people I played against. But I guess because I'm a glutton for punishment, I decide to rebuy and give it another try. Blind is still 5,100. I have Queen 9 suited. I figure this is a decent hand right now. Nobody's raised. I figure I'm good. Of course, I flop the flush. It checks around to me, and I bet here. And the reason why I bet here is because I know I have the best flush right now. I don't want anybody to hit their, king high flush or their ace high flush if they have that in their hand. So I bet to try to move people out the way. And if somebody calls, they call. But he doesn't call, he shoves. And at this point, I know he has the ace of spades. And of course, 2 spades come off, and my flush is garbage now. And guess what he has? As I suspected, the ace of spades. Not only that, he had a straight draw. But once the 10 and the king came here, and the thing is, I'm not even mad about his shove. What I'm mad about is they gave me hope again with the possible straight flush draw. And I whiffed. And that was my entire tournament. First part of it playing against the same people and losing to the same people. And then one hand in, I get a flush and I'm gone. Unfortunate series of events.